Hey guys, welcome back to Gingerbread Aquatics with Andrew. Today we're going to be doing a little run and gun behind the scenes type of video, just showcasing all the changes that are happening in the tanks and things that have been added, subtracted. So if you guys like this video, I would appreciate if you guys hit that like button, and if you guys actually do like a lot of my content, maybe consider subscribing to the channel just so you can stay informed when I release a video, which is usually Sunday afternoons if you are curious. So with that, we'll get into the tanks and all that's going on. So the first tank that we have here is the 27-gallon cube aquarium, and this is like my main show tank. The biggest things that have changed in this is the Pogo Stemon octopus. If you guys watched a video last week about some really good beginner aquarium plants, you guys would have seen this plant and some of the B-roll footage. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, I'll leave a card up in the right hand corner for you guys to check it out. Besides that, everything else is doing well. My my corkscrew valve is starting to go all the way from here and working its way across the tank, which I knew was going to happen, and have to deal with it, and we'll start removing some of it once it starts getting a little bit thicker over there. My crypts have taken a bit of a hit. They are, I think, suffering from a lack of nutrients. They've had a couple of their oldest leaves dying off. You can sort of see it in some of these guys right here, but they're still hanging in there. They're not all looking terrible, so there's still hope for me. In regards to the Anubias and jungle or Java fern, I'm actually probably going to be splitting some of this up in the near future to make some more sections, so that I will be able to start using this piece of wood that I took out of here and put all the new baby plants onto here. The other big addition is all the Celestia Prodanios that I have bred. If you guys are interested in breeding Celestia Prodanios, I'll put a card up top and a link in the description below. But there's about 50 or 60 CPDs in here, and my hopes with this are that they'll be able to grow out faster in this tank than they would be in the tanks you guys will see in just a minute. So that I can be able to sell them at a swap meet that I have coming up on October 10th. And I hope to sell a good amount of them so that I can make some money from my Celestia Prodanios, which is always a very nice thing to do. So with that, we'll go over and check out the other setup that has all the other tanks and the breeding setup for my Celestia Prodanios. So we'll start off with the first tank that really hasn't changed that much, and this is the breeding tank for my Celestia Prodanios. You can see some of the adults in the back by the sponge filter. And then the spawning area that I have here, and then the little tiny fry, if we can see any. Oh, there's one. You can sort of see in the middle of your screen. So it's they're very, very tiny. So they're doing well. And then from there, once they are hatched out, they get moved down into this first container right here, and this is where all the little tiny baby ones go, and there's a bunch of Anacharis and mulm and whatnot, and I feed them the microworms, or sorry, the waltz worms that I have, as well as some of the powdered fish food right here. And once they have grown up a little bit, they get moved over to the next tank here, floating container, and after a couple more weeks they get moved into the next largest one, and then into this next largest one, and then finally, once they are really large, they get moved out to that 30-gallon aquarium, and from there they either will stay there as my own pets or to be sold off to anyone that wants some Celestia Prodanios locally. Now, beneath this tank, or beneath these floating tanks, we have a bunch of I believe they're blue sapphire shrimp, about 10 or so super red bristlenose fry, and then some of these very interesting ram's horn snails that my dad just sent me, as well as all this hornwort that he had in his blue sapphire tank that is now in my tank, and I think is going to be a great place for the shrimp. As you can already see, there's just a ton of them already up in this mat of hornwort. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. The shrimp are definitely taking off in this setup, and all this water is when I'm doing water changes, I just tip one of these corners out and the water drains out, and then I'll add new fresh water back in, and that's how this tank gets replenished. So there's a lot of uneaten food or detritus or things of that nature that end up in this tank that the shrimp really appreciate, and I'm also feeding them as well, some pellets and some flake foods, especially now that I have all my little baby plecos in here. I'll have to do some more feeding along with that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about any of this, just let me know. There are a couple other videos about all of this stuff that you're seeing here. The other recent addition is my brine shrimp hatchery. I need to make some modifications to it because it's not working very well, but in the near future I hope to have that running and working optimally. And then finally, just a look at the plant grow out tank. You can see all the extra corkscrew valve that I have in the back there, and then a couple more stems of the pogo stem on octopus here as well, and then all my other live foods that I have sitting up top. Like I said, this would be a pretty quick video, just showing you guys everything that's been going on and the updates to different areas of the tanks. If you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, just leave a comment below. I'll make sure to get back to you or link you to one of the other videos that I've already done pertaining to that topic. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.